Man, fuck these niggas. Tunchi's back. Tunchi's back.
Seems like the Haney comeback season is upon us. You know, it's been a long time. It's not going to be an easy road. I'll tell you that, man. It's going to be a difficult journey. But I'll be rooting for the young man.
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? It's your boy, Dr. Boxing Talk, back for another YouTube video. Anger, man. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I don't know what time it is. The doctor's in the house, man. So check this out. We had news from Devin Haney himself. He's saying, hey, man, my comeback is here. My comeback is imminent. In fact, he added further specificity as to a time period. He said he's coming back in March, which is 2 months from now, you know, good Lord willing. Now, of course, there's going to be some assumptions to be made. Like, what does he mean by that? Does he mean he's coming back and he's officially at a certain location in his comeback, or he's starting a certain training regimen, or is he coming back to fight in March? Of course, we all think it's the latter. That's what I believe. I believe he's talking about his next fight will be in March. And I think it'll be a good sign for him to come back, you know, because he has a lot of questions to answer. You know, does he still have the same mentality, still have his confidence? You know, does he still have that bravado and stuff like that, and his skills? You know, does he have any questions in regards to his capabilities? You know, and I think that these questions are going to be very difficult to answer, not just for himself, but also for the general public, you know. Now with his comeback, you know, coming in March, the biggest question is what? You know, not only what division is he coming back at, but also who is he coming back against, right? Well, let's think about some of the options, right? Of course, you know, he has some at 140. Obviously, you know, there's a plethora of options there. You know, there's so many people there. It's like, you know, he has guys like Andy Hiroka. You know, he could come back and fight against him. He could fight Sandor Martin, because he's seemingly available, right? Because him and Alberto Puello, I don't know when that fight's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention Jose Carlos Ramirez, who just came off a loss of Arn Barbosa. So there's a lot of people there that we could go through, plethora of folks. You know what I'm saying? Now, what about 147? You know, because he flirted with potentially fighting, you know, the champion in Mario Barrios. He also flirted with fighting another drug cheat, you know, PED user in Conor Benn.
We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all.
And then there's also, you know, even guys like Jin Sasaki, right, who's a pretty decent fighter, formidable fighter on the come up out of Japan, you know. So there's a plethora of options there as well, you know. So I think that's a little hard to isolate who he's fighting. There's a lot of speculation surrounding that. So let's focus on who he's not fighting, right? We know he's not going to fight the PED user, you know what I'm saying? We know he's not going to fight him because he's still suspended, right?
We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all.
So Ryan Garcia is out of the question, you know. We know he's not going to fight Teofimo, right? Because Teofimo is supposedly fighting Subriel Matias. So, you know, there's a lot of people that are occupied there. And we know apparently too, Rayo was occupied fighting Gary Antoine Russell. So even him as a champion, he's probably not going to fight him. And I think that Richardson Hitchens, he's another champion at 140, just beating the Amparo. I don't think he'll fight him either, because I think that's not enough time to effectively make a marketing campaign for that fight. I think if you're going to fight Richardson Hitchens, it'll be a much bigger, a longer time for that promotion, you know, more than just 2 months. So I would anticipate that he's going to fight somebody that's, you know, somebody that has a name that we'll recognize, but not somebody that's a big star themselves, you know what I'm saying? And to be fair, I think he should have a tune-up. You know, it's so crazy to me that people want him to come back and throw him in there against guys like, I've seen people say Gervonta Tank Davis as a comeback fight. I see people say crazy stuff like you know, Jerron Boots Ennis and stuff like that.
You dumbass.
But it's like, hold on, man. The man just came off of a pretty bad fight, right? You know, where his opponent cheated, and you know, even though the loss was changed to a no contest, and rightfully so, because that's how things go in boxing. Just because you don't know that, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, right? You know, ask Keyshawn Davis and Nahir Albright.
Stay off the weed.
You know, that was a turn into a no contest. I could name a whole lot of fights, you know what I'm saying? But
you dumbass.
Yeah, so that was him having a tune-up just to get his himself back together, I think that's an appropriate strategy, right? Because look what Teofimo did. Teofimo fought Jermaine Ortiz, and that was a shitty performance, and he had a tune-up. That's what Steve Claggett was, a tune-up for a performance that he did terribly in, but he still won. So this fight was inconclusive, Devin Haney's last fight, so I think he should get a tune-up. You know, now it's going to be very difficult, in my opinion, to identify somebody that will galvanize his fan base or re-galvanize his fan base, but also provide some type of intrigue as well. So I don't know, I'm very interested in who he will fight. You know, I'm thinking it'll be somebody like a Juan Carlos Ramirez, you know, or Jose Carlos Ramirez, excuse me, or something like that. But we'll see, though. We'll see, man. I'm very interested. Like I said, I'm be rooting for him. You know, I think it's going to be a difficult journey, and that he's going to have to show some mental fortitude, you know what I'm saying, as well as physical fortitude in order to make that bounce back. But we root for him over here, man. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see how it goes, man. Y'all let me know who y'all would like him to fight in the comments. Do you think he'll be able to bounce back? I don't know, man. I can't definitively say, but you know, if he is a champion if he is the champion that has a championship pedigree that he's demonstrated so far in his fights, then he should be able to bounce back, no problem, man. But we'll see, man. But of course, you know, we do want to see that rematch, myself included, but I'm not sure if that'd even go his way for the rematch either. But yeah, I think that'd be nice to see, but obviously in March that's not gonna happen because Ryan Garcia is still suspended. So y'all let me know who y'all think he'll fight on his comeback, and what division do you think he'll be in. I think he's gonna stay at 140, but y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Don't forget to smack that like button, but most importantly, remember, with God we can do anything, without God we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.